this is a tune that we're working on a bit of a video for, so I thought it would be a good one to make an example of. Now the vocal track, let me see. We'll play it from the top once more, put the vocal in. So pretty much everything's in there at this point.
When marimba rhythm starts to play, dance with me, make me sway.
Now, that's with just a touch of reverb on the vocal. Now I added in some delay, and I will put that in there now, which will give the vocal another sound, and some vocal kind of repeats in places. So
make me sway, like the lazy ocean hugs the shore. Hold me close, sway me more.
repeat.
Like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me, sway with ease. When we dance you have a way with me, stay with me, sway.
Electric guitar track, solo track comes in.
Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I grow weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now.
Solo. Listen to that vinyl player.
¿Quién será el que me quiera a mí? ¿Quién será? ¿Quién será? ¿Quién será el que me dé su amor? ¿Quién será? ¿Quién será? I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me soon, sway me now. Sway me smooth, sway me now.
There's that weird echo guitar, the last thing you hear.
Well, that's great. As a guitar fan myself, and I know certainly many of your fans are guitar fans as well. What electric guitars were you using on that? Was it Les Pauls primarily? Or?
The solo track was actually on a 175 Gibson with the pickup set out of phase. This was the first tune we recorded for this project, and I hadn't decided yet that I was going to play it all on Les Paul. So after this, I did almost all the solo stuff on a Les Paul. But
How about the arch tops?
well, there's an acoustic Epiphone arch top, which was playing the off rhythm, and then a cheap flamenco guitar, which has got the right percussive effect in there. And you know, I used mostly Les Pauls on most of the album, but on this one, I don't even know if there's a Les Paul track, actually. The weird electric guitar, I can't honestly remember what guitar I played that on, because it was a year ago and I didn't write it down, and it was the beginning of the project. So
Now, a lot of the guitar sounds on this record, were they done through an amp, or were they done, as we say, direct into the board? Or
well, you know, Les did most of his recording, I believe, at least most of his recording, once he started doing the pop hits in the 50s with Mary Ford, it sounds very direct. It's very clean and meticulous sounding. And I wanted to get that sound, not on this song, but later on. By the second song, I was doing Les Paul style sounds, which maybe I'll demonstrate on another little video here at another time. But I was using the pod, the Line 6 pod, because I've used that on so many sessions where there's been sessions where I've used 4 or 5 amps and couldn't get the sound I wanted. And I actually plug into the pod and I can dial it up really in seconds. And so I could really mimic the clean sound of Les through using the pod. And sometimes I used a foot pedal preamp with it, or a separate EQ with it to get maybe get the high end that I wanted, that pristine kind of ringy high end that Les Paul had.
What went into your decision making as far as what songs went on the record? I mean, some of these songs obviously were Les Paul and Mary Ford standards that they did.
Yeah, songs like Just One More Chance and Bye Bye Blues. Once Les had passed away, we were 3/4 finished with this album before Les passed away. And we had done a few tunes that Les and Mary had done, like Besame Mucho, only I had my own arrangement of it. But once Les passed away, I felt a need to do a few tunes really in his style. So we did Bye Bye Blues that way, and we did Just One More Chance, and geez, I can't think of all the tunes.
I'm Confessing?
Oh, I'm Confessing That I Love You. That's another one. Which we actually, I recorded with a nearly 20-piece, the Providence Mandolin Orchestra, and didn't know what to do with that track for a long time. And when Sonny heard it, she begged me to sing on that track. So we put her on it, and it worked out to be a perfect thing. And there's also a blues that Les and Mary wrote called "I'm Still in Love with You," and that's a really cool blues because Les does kind of a call and response the way different horn sections would, his parts, and it's really cool. And I really pretty much did it very close to the way Les did. And there's a section in the solo section where Mary sings kind of just a hum thing, and Les answers it, which is also like horn section stuff. So it's kind of a unique take on the blues, and I think one of the really cool tracks on here.